Hi, everybody. DJ Yoakley with you for another player profile for the Ursuline Irish. And at this time, I am joined by the wonder kid himself, Brady Shannon, a young man who's got a great storied past, a great future ahead of him, but he's living in that present, doing big things here at Ursuline. Brady, first off, I have to start off by saying congratulations. Huge, huge news coming out this week. You tweeted out, and we actually have the tweet that you put out there. See if I can pop it up real quick. What was it like as we pop up the actual tweet? You know, you saying you're truly blessed to announce that you're continuing your academic and baseball career at the University of Central Florida.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like for you to put it out like this? Obviously it's a big moment in every athlete's life when they declare for the next level. What were the emotions running through you?
It was exciting and relieving at the same time. I mean, obviously there's a lot of stress that comes with like the recruiting process, but I mean, it feels right. I was excited to post it, and I was planning on doing it for quite some time. So, yeah, I felt really good and just happy to be in the spot, you know.
Now, you've told a lot of different media, and we've been close for a while. You've had a lot of people chasing you. I mean, you had to turn down a lot of different colleges, a lot of different coaches that were disappointed because they couldn't get you at that next level and keep their eyes on you. What was the recruiting process like for you? Obviously, in the COVID time and COVID era that we live in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously COVID had a lot to do with it, like not being able to visit schools and just all the virtual stuff and not being able to like see the coaches in person. So that had like a big impact on it. But I managed it pretty well, like the recruiting process. And I mean, a lot of schools were recruiting me, like offer wise, just building relationships with coaches. But yeah, I mean, UCF feels right, and it's where I want to be though.
So what was it about UCF that really stamped it for you? I know every baseball player feels like they made it if they're able to play down south, regardless of the level. But talk to me about, I mean, UCF, that's a huge baseball program. That's a huge school with a lot of pride. And to be quite honest with you, it feels a lot like Ursuline.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, my dream is to play down south. Let's just play some type of ball down south. And they're giving me a good opportunity to do that. And I mean, it's Florida. I mean, kind of who want to be in Florida, you know, playing baseball year round. I mean, that's kind of my dream come true. But I mean, just from that standpoint, yeah, it's similar to Ursuline. I mean, I built a really good relationship with their coaching staff, and I mean, they're just giving me a good opportunity to play down south, like where I want to be in the warm weather. So.
No, obviously there's a lot of congratulations to go around, but your family has been by your side through the entire thing. You guys celebrated the other night once the announcement came out. What was it like, you know, what to talk to your parents, to talk to your family about this is my dream, this is my goal, and we're going to live it out? I mean, what was your family's reaction?
We were excited. It was pretty emotional just because our family's been through a lot the past few years. And I mean, it was really exciting for my family, just all close friends and all that, because we like, even myself, we've been waiting to see where I'm going to go and like, just like where I'm going to end up. And so, I mean, it was really exciting and just really grateful for everything I have.
So to lose your sophomore year last year with COVID was very, very crucial, right? Because a lot of sophomores like yourself at that time, you saw it as a missed opportunity to be recruited, to be scouted, to be seen. Now during your junior year, fingers crossed, it looks like everything's going to be okay. Do you feel a little bit of extra pressure to, especially now that you're recruited, or do you feel like maybe the pressure's kind of steamed out a little bit?
I mean, I'm kind of used to pressure. I mean, I've been dealing with that since my freshman year. So it's like, I mean, having no sophomore season, that had a big impact on it. But I mean, I handled it well. I still got after it, got myself better every day. And I mean, I couldn't really look at the negatives. I mean, we're all in the same boat. So it came down to whoever just managed the adversity the best. So it's, I mean, I handled it pretty well. And obviously here we are.
So what's funny is we always talk, we never try to go high school ball versus like travel ball, but travel ball is a big component nowadays because it allows, you know, especially a team like yours, the Release, it has a featured program that allows a lot of talented guys to be seen by a lot of different coaches. Talk to me about, you know, how important travel ball was for you and how important it was to join Release.
It was really critical. I mean, that was a big step our family took to play with Release in the summer. I mean, it's a big investment for me. And, I mean, it worked out really well. I mean, Matt Rosinski does a really good job. I mean, he's helped me out a lot in all aspects of the game. And, I mean, it was a good summer. I mean, really got my name out there recruiting wise. And, I yeah, I mean, I'm really grateful for releasing that baseball program.
So you are a three-sport athlete that everybody knows about. You're the quarterback of the football team. You're the cornerstone of the baseball team. And on the basketball team, well, not bad either. I mean, one of the leading scorers, one of the top players at the position. And you know, it's funny because you oftentimes, I don't want to say this out of spite or anything. I think you've got a loaded basketball team, obviously with Coach Gunther, and he does a great job with you. But you often get overlooked because people say, well, he's a heck of a quarterback. He's an outstanding, could get drafted baseball player, but you could have played basketball too. So take us through what it's like to have choices to, because you were getting recruited for football, you were getting recruited for basketball, and then you obviously chose baseball. What's that like? What's the decision-making process of, scattering? I just, in my head, I see papers scattered across the table and you're like, okay, which one's best for me? What is that like for you?
I mean, you're right about the paper part. I mean, it's a lot of pros and cons list. I mean, you got to really weigh out your options in all three sports and just wherever the best opportunity is to, just be successful, I guess. And just, I mean, it took a long time of just thinking and just weighing out my options, just seeing where my best fit would be. So I'm really appreciative of where I'm at right now, just with the baseball and football and basketball. So, I mean, I'm in a good spot though.
You were a young man that looked up to a lot of role models along the way. Your brother was one of them. Your dad, obviously your family's first and foremost in your line of role models, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But now you are the role model. Now you are the one that kids, come to Scene Park to see and want your autograph at a junior level. Do you feel like almost blessed in that sense to be able to lead the charge and show the younger generation that you should be playing as many sports as you can, and you should be a natural born leader and learn every day and take that into each and every at bat and each and every ground ball that comes your way. How does that feel to go from one side of the coin to the next?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was just yesterday. I was a freshman at Ursuline coming in, walking into the hallways, and I was like, I mean, I had guys I looked up to who have graduated, and I remember being in those little kids' shoes, looking up to the high school players. And now I've really realized, especially this year, when like recruiting started up, I realized that I'm that guy now that the kids are looking up to. So, I mean, I definitely had to flip the switch a little bit from that aspect, like the way I'm carrying myself, how I act on off the field. I mean, you're a role model wherever you go. So, I mean, people are looking at you, always have eyes on you. So, it's definitely a different way of lifestyle compared the role model to the kid looking up to the role model. So
it's a weird situation because now the red light's always on, right? We always talk about, from our standpoint, a leader always has the red light on. So there's, not so much partying and not so much doing things all the time. Still got to have a little fun, because it's life after all. But are you embracing the role of having to roll your sleeves up almost 24/7 and get to work and to get to where ultimately you want to go, which is playing professional baseball someday?
Yeah, I mean, how I look at it is that, I mean, you have fun when you've made it. That's how I think of it. I mean, I could have fun right now. I could be going to parties. I can be doing all that stuff. But, I mean, right now, I haven't made it yet. I mean, I really haven't done anything yet. It's like I've had some good success. And, I mean, you can't really – like how I think of it is, you just can't have like that true fun until you've actually made it, because right now it's all about just working hard and just accomplishing that goal you've always won your whole life. So.
You've talked about the adversity that you've had to face. It's something that everybody has to go through. What kind of gets you through your adversity? What do you lean on when, the chips are down, so to speak? Is it your character? Is it a work ethic? What is it that you really look to when your back's against the wall?
It's my work ethic. I mean, I'm not going to like put out the things I do like behind closed doors, but I mean, having a bad game, you can't dwell on it. You got to go back to the book, see what you did wrong, watch the film, get back, get more reps after practice. So, I mean, it's definitely more work ethic that helps me a lot. Just that never satisfied edge. You know what I mean?
The coaches, I mean, people that have helped you along the way. I mean, give some shout outs if you would about some of the coaches you've had and how they've kind of showed you the way of like your work ethic you speak of, about doing things the right way and where really this arrow of yours can go as it's pointed up.
I mean, obviously my baseball coach, Coach Weimer. I mean, he has a big part I mean, just all my coaches in all three sports. Coach Gunther, he does a great job, just like from the mental aspect, just like being that Division I athlete that everyone looks at you to be, and just always having that grinding mentality. And obviously my football coaching staff, everyone, Coach Reardon, Coach DeSantis, I mean, they're all really great. They've all really helped me out a lot. And obviously Coach Kemp, both Coach Kemps from my freshman year, and they've all helped me out a lot. So definitely a big shout out to all those guys who have helped me out through my Ursuline career.
Question that everybody wants to know: when you sign on to a D1 school, there's a lot of questions about whether you'll continue to play those sports through. Are you going to continue to play football and basketball your senior year?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really believe in to not play the sports you've been playing your whole life. I mean, I love all three sports still, you know. I mean, I couldn't imagine myself not playing football in the fall, basketball in the winter, baseball in spring. I mean, that's just what I've done my whole life. So I'm not going to stop now.
For youngsters out there that are saying, yeah, I'm going to devote myself to one sport or baseball to be just like Brady Shannon. Talk about the books. Talk about the academic side of it that you've had to tough it out. I mean, everything seemingly comes easy to you, but that's because you've worked so hard to make it look that way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, my parents always stressed to me about school coming first, and definitely keep me on track with the books and studying. So, I mean, I got to keep my GPA up. I mean, I took the ACT today. I felt pretty good about it. So it's like, while you have all the like three sports year round, I mean, it's a grind, but you always got to find time for like the books, like the school side of it, you know, just making sure your grades are good, getting your homework done. I mean, it's just around the clock. You're always working, but I mean, I'm used to it. So that's how I am now.
All right, a couple more questions for Brady Shannon on the Ursuline Player Profile with the new UCF recruit, Brady Shannon. Brady, we talked about the academics. We talked about the athletics. Let's talk about your role models first. Let's go to who you look up to off the field. And then, if you wouldn't mind, who you look up to on the field.
Off the field, I look up to my dad a lot. Just the way he faces adversity and just the way he carries himself. I mean, it's never a bad day, even when he's having a bad day. You know what I mean? So I look up to my dad a lot, and both my parents. But other than family, I mean, I kind of just look up to the players that I've watched growing up from both schools, South Range and Ursuline. I mean, I still try to be like those guys, even if they don't know it yet. You know, so it's like, but definitely my family, and those are the guys I look up to. But I don't really look up to any famous people though, because I don't really know them. So, because I feel like if you try to be like someone so much, then you're just not yourself anymore. You know, so I just try to be me. I don't try to mimic my game based off someone or what someone did. You know, I just want to do my own thing.
Brady, you're liked by everybody, and I mean everybody. So, like when people talk about you, they always speak in a high tone of your character and obviously what you do on and off the field, but really who you are. You talked about your role models. Let's talk about someone that maybe kind of put you under their wing as you walk through the halls of Ursuline, kind of showed you the path, and then the second part of that question is, have you started to do that for the underclassmen yet? Still being an underclassman, have you kind of taken some of the younger guys under your wing, or somebody maybe in the K-8 situation? And how's it been for you?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really pick out one particular guy who put me under their wing. I mean, my freshman year coming in as a starter, it's like that whole senior class just, you know, they brought me in, they welcomed me into their program really well. And I mean, there's countless guys who helped me out, put me under their wing throughout my Ursuline career, and it's not over yet. But now with me being the upperclassman in the school in the hallways, definitely. I mean, I don't like to pick out one certain kid, you know, to show attention to, because I feel like I remember being in those freshman shoes, like wanting that attention from the upperclassmen, you know, and like getting that compliment from them when you did something good. So I try to be encouraging to all the underclassmen, the freshmen, the sophomores. You know, I mean, I'm not really the kind of guy to pick out one kid and just focus on them. So I'm kind of just all around.
I love it, and we're gonna have about 50 more of these because obviously you play every sport, and you're easy and fun to talk to. So I want to wrap this up by just asking you this question of, you know, when you look around at Ursuline, there is a lot of tradition. There's a lot of people that have walked those halls and walked across that stage, and are now are alums of Ursuline High School in Youngstown. Can you tell me the legacy that you want to leave in your whole career, but as a junior? I guess because it's always a senior question that I ask, but as a junior, it's a little bit weird because we'll be able to talk about this a year from now and see if you're living it.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of good tradition at Ursuline. I mean, on the sports side and academic side. So, I mean, my legacy when I leave Ursuline just to be, as we know, as a guy who just got to work every day, you know, put their head down and grinded, and just how I carry myself on off the field, you know, just being a good guy, you know, both like while I'm playing the games I love and like in the classroom. So just being a good example to the underclassmen. I just want to leave a good legacy of just being known as a hard worker and just my work ethic in every sport I play.
Brady, we're so proud of you. I told you in like the pre-show how incredibly proud and honored it is. You know, we are at YSN to be able to kind of watch you grow up. Congratulations. I mean, there's nothing else to say than congratulations. We're proud of you, and we're looking forward to covering you in the next couple of years. And obviously, as you move on to UCF, man, this is big. So congratulations to you, and look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you. I appreciate it.